From Channel 5, New York, this is a Fox News Update.
Good evening at 10 tonight. Our exclusive poll on who's winning the race for mayor as Giuliani and Dinkins traded new last-minute charges. Meet the doctor who says he's a drug pioneer, but the state says he has flooded the streets with drugs. Stu Klein meets an elephant he'll never forget at the Big Apple Circus. And the faces of the 90s you won't forget. Robin Carter talks to the hottest new people in the movies. See you at 10. Coming up next, our exclusive Fox News Gallup poll on who's leading in the race for mayor, and both Dinkins and Giuliani live with their reactions.
The doctor who flooded Manhattan with drug prescriptions.
Hottest new faces in the movies, the stars of the 90s.
And Stu at the Big Apple Circus.
We'll see you soon.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
From WNYW Fox Channel 5 in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news with John Rowland and Cora Ann Mahalik.
Good evening. Just 8 hours until you have the final say on who is going to be New York's next mayor. And David Dinkins and Rudy Giuliani didn't waste a minute today trying to get every last vote, making sure every supporter will make it to the voting booth tomorrow. And our Fox News Gallup poll has a last-minute snapshot of just who's ahead and why. Jim Ryan reports.
The raw numbers show Democrat David Dinkins leading Republican Rudolph Giuliani 51 to 36%, with 11% undecided. But a statistical analysis indicates the undecided vote is likely to break about evenly. Factoring that in, the final number is Dinkins 56% and Giuliani 42%, with conservative Ronald Lauder and right-to-lifer Henry Hughes with 1% apiece. The poll indicated some reasons why Dinkins was so attractive.
She's a plant! Just a joke.
Dinkins has been successful for three reasons. He has typical levels of support from the usual Democratic groups. He has nearly universal support from his core group, blacks in the city, and he owes a lot to generational change in New York City. Voters under 50 years of age support Dinkins by a ratio of 2 to 1, but among people over 50 years of age, it's a pretty even race. Race, party, generation.
The poll showed the debates were inconclusive. 24% thought Dinkins won, 14% thought Giuliani the victor. But more than that combined total, 42%, neither saw nor heard the debate. And there weren't quite enough handshakes to make Giuliani's personal attacks on Dinkins an effective strategy.
I think what Giuliani did was succeed in giving people reason to have doubts about Dinkins. But he didn't succeed in giving them a reason to vote for him as well.
So, once again, our final Fox News Gallup poll of the campaign is all bad news for Rudy Giuliani. Dinkins leads by 14 percentage points. There is no indication of a last-minute surge toward Giuliani, and the debates seem to have had no effect whatsoever on the voters. Jim Ryan, Fox News, Channel 5.
Democrats and Republicans are not taking any vote for granted, and both Giuliani and Dinkins people are busy working the telephones tonight, trying to get all their people to the polls tomorrow. We have two reports on the candidates, beginning with Bob O'Brien.
Hi.
Ed Koch took David Dinkins to Koch's lucky subway stop at 77th and Lexington at 7:30 in the morning, greet voters and collect votes. Dinkins had to again answer questions about Rudolph Giuliani's latest accusation, that Dinkins failed to list on his financial disclosure forms the fact that he and his wife took a trip to France last year, in part paid for by a Manhattan jeweler. Asked about the new accusation, Koch said it just proves how nasty Giuliani really is.
All of the things that you have mentioned pale by insignificance when you take the fundamental character of someone who will send in his people to arrest a stockbroker and put him into handcuffs and drag him out of his office, destroying his life forever, and then we find that this stockbroker hasn't committed any crime.
Later, Dinkins was on the steps of City Hall signing a petition demanding the release of Irish Republican Joe Doherty, who has been in a federal lockup for several years as the government tries to deport him. Dinkins also went inside City Hall to pick up the endorsement of city corrections officers and answer more questions about that trip to France, during which Dinkins says he paid over $500 for airfare. Dinkins claims his jeweler friend, Clyde Dunier, paid for part of the trip using guest award program points from a hotel chain. We asked Dinkins if he thought that the flurry of last-minute charges would matter at the polls.
This last-minute flurry, as you put it, is covered by the media. The people will pick this up on the evening news and television casts, tomorrow morning's papers, and we will see.
The highlight of Dinkins' final campaign day, a rally attended by several Democratic Party stars, including Tennessee Senator Albert Gore. Five-man band gave this campaign stop the tone of a post-election celebration. And it is to this room that Dinkins will come tomorrow night, he hopes, to claim victory over Rudolph Giuliani. Bob O'Brien, Fox News, Channel 5.
This is Pablo Guzman. The Giuliani team has apparently chosen to use the final countdown of the campaign, hammering away at Dinkins' lapses when it comes to his personal finances. Channel 5 News has learned that some Giuliani supporters favored an approach in the final days that would have stressed more of what the candidate had to offer, more of what made Giuliani many months ago seem so different from Dinkins or anybody else. Instead, Giuliani and company have decided to make personal integrity the issue. And for those Democrats uncomfortable with Dinkins' ethnicity, those questions of integrity may be used to justify a vote against him, but may not break more voters away from Dinkins if they think he's been sloppy but is not a crook. The weekend debate showed Giuliani was taking all the marbles on this single issue, and he continued hammering his point today.
How many more times does David Dinkins' behavior have to say to us in this city that he doesn't have the requisite honesty, integrity, and character to lead this city at a time in which this city needs a leader who can fight back against crime, fight back against corruption?
I'm going to let you in on a couple of campaign secrets. You ready? And neither of these guys really wanted this job at the outset. That's right. Dinkins had to practically be